Hey guys, and we're back for what I think is the final part of this. It looks like, oh, never mind. Oh, uh we gotta go to Dragon Spine. I think this is around Albedo's lab or his workshop. But this should be the final part. They said at least 5 days. So yesterday I did part 4, so this should be part 5 and the final part. So um yeah,
So this is the other Durin, huh?
doesn't seem like much.
If this had been the dragon that ended up being revived in Mondstadt, there's no telling what kind of calamity that people would have had to endure. So, if you think about it like that, Durin's actually a hero.
And you just thought you'd be nice all of a sudden?
No, I'm just a little envious, that's all.
Hey, there's Albedo.
Not everyone gets a chance to be a hero.
Actually, most of the credit belongs to Albedo.
Then again, barely anyone even remembers you at this point. So I guess there's not much left to envy.
You
So you
stubborn
three
prick.
still remember Durin? Looks like the memory loss hasn't spread to close friends. Yet. I guess that means my memory of you must still be complete as well.
Albedo.
Albedo, I love you.
Oh, boy, do we have a whole pile of questions for you.
Oh, you're here too? I think I've pieced together some of what happened to him. But what's your take on things? Master Jean filled me in on what happened, and I've got a few theories.
A game
Let's get on the same
theory.
page first.
Thanks for watching. Exchange intel with Albedo, who also checked in on how Durin is holding up.
Well, physically, he's doing fine. His body is holding the abyssal power at bay. And there's nothing whatsoever to indicate any risk of collapse.
So, from an alchemy point of view, there's nothing wrong with him?
The issue isn't so much that the abyssal power within him has gotten out of control. It's that the connection between his will and body is fading. If he ends up losing his conscious will, his body will fall back on its biological instincts. And that's when the abyssal power within it will take over.
But if that happens, he'll be no
This
different than
book
the other
mentioned a
Durin.
witches' gathering. It seems like quite a few of these witches got themselves involved in Durin's case. Which brings me to my theory.
A game
Bringing Fairy Tale
theory.
Durin into this world to replace the Durin on Dragonspine means using one Durin's fate to overwrite the others. But the power of alchemy alone would not be enough to pull off such a feat. It would have required the combined use of Miss Barbeloff's astrology, my teacher's alchemy, and Aunt Alice's magic. After learning of Miss Barbeloff's prophecy, Durin and I finally came up with a way to settle the Dragonspine Durin problem for good. And I took care of the alchemy side of things, which, looking back on it, seems to have been a part of their plan all along. So now, there's only one thing missing.
The magical, right? Or the magic, right?
As for the fate theory our friend in the hat just mentioned, I still can't figure out how any kind of magic could possibly influence the fate of Tevat. But I'm certain that the answer lies within this book.
So, the reason Alice had us complete this book was to make that magic possible?
A form of magic powerful enough to rewrite fate itself. Well, we've no time to lose. I just need to take a look at the book. The next
then he
part of the
destroys
story
it.
most likely relates to me.
I'm evil
So the
Albedo
memory that
now.
unlocks it must be connected to me too.
Huh?
The giant tree was home to a broken branch, the shape of its splintered arm aligning perfectly with the branch that had burst forth from the castle walls. Join yourself to that broken bough, for there you may take root at last, and henceforth bask in the sun and rain of the world beyond the castle.
And there's Celestia, right over there in the corner, forever just looming above. It looks like it's just like a plain textureless model right now. Before it was just like a 2D image, just like slapped up in the sky. but it's like each and every update, it gets more and more kind of 3D. So it looks almost complete, but it's lacking color. I don't know if it's because we're on Dragonspine, but always looming above.
But first, fetch the stickiest clay and let it bind the scar of the break.
I see.
Whoa! Stop in the name of love. Before you break my heart, take it all over. Act 5. Solution bestowed by the
Guided
sage
by the
witch.
breeze, the little dragon arrived at an alchemist's workshop. There he was greeted by a clay figure, a child molded by the sage witch's hands.
It's true though.
Though gentle in appearance, he had
All right,
inherited
daughter.
his mother's cold, sharp wisdom. And he was determined to avert the calamity the evil dragon would bring, and so was his helper, none other than the little dragon himself.
Those are big
What is this
files.
place?
You could probably make
It looks like it's
dude's
modeled after
movie
an
in one of
alchemist's
them.
workshop. Or rather, a cliched stereotype of one.
Albedo?
They're gonna look like.
Hold on.
Oh,
Why do I look like this?
that's cute.
Oh, yeah! We forgot to tell you. Basically, the characters in the story are reflections of how Durin sees them.
At least you're still human-shaped.
Oh,
Well, since Cat Guy has taken on a different appearance too, that must mean the two of us are both characters in the story.
that's
But
funny.
you, Paimon, and Durin haven't changed at all. You must be special figures in some way.
Because I'm not from this world.
I'd like to know more about that too. But seeing as none of them can explain it, let's just concentrate on moving the plot forward.
Let's take a look around. Around. Sitting on the table. He's like, I'm just gonna do cat things for a while. That's a big book. Is that a hidden path?
And just like that, the group stumbled
This is
upon
reminding
a
me of
hidden
Karazhan,
passageway.
except like this part,
Intricately
it would be
crafted,
like the
it seemed
chessboard,
to lead them
but
towards
like in
another
Return to
exciting
Karazhan.
chapter of the tale.
Like in Return to Karazhan, when it becomes a dungeon, you know, the same thing kind of happens. You like fall into one of the rooms. It's kind of like an Alice in Wonderland sort of feel. Everything's massive. But you eventually go into the room where the chessboard was, and it's like broken up and it's kind of spiraling like that. And then you kind of walk, you still fight and everything, but you eventually meet Medivh on the other side. But this is what it's reminding me of, like a little two parts of Return to Karazhan, like smushed together. Really good dungeon. It went from being a really, really good raid to a really good dungeon.
Come on! What are we waiting for? Next chapter, here we come! Ouch!
Ouch! You burned me.
But this was a chapter that had not yet been written. Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
Well, Paimon,
What?
maybe we should explore up ahead a little later.
Here.
Maybe the author had a flash of inspiration.
Sounds like a pretty bad habit for a writer.
Over here. I found something.
Kingdom Hearts?
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead.
I think now we're seeing the kind of the events
then
of
would the evil dragon's heart
the
grow
Archon
still,
quest where he
and the little one
creates
inherit
Durin.
its tail.
Because he goes to
Sounds
Dragon's
like
Spine
this
and kind of
chapter is
sucks
about
out
Albedo
the
bringing me
life,
to life.
essentially, of the
If
heart
that
that's
really
still
was the
beating there.
solution, though, this would have been over the minute I finished the transmutation. So why is Durin still being forgotten?
There has to be some other reason.
There are still places we can
Yeah,
check.
I'd like to explore the area a bit more.
Unless the little dragon kept moving,
I'm sorry.
the evil dragon's heart continued to beat, as if waiting for the little dragon to accept it as his own.
It's a little kitty cat.
Looks like we have no choice but to get this done. Whatever happens next, Durin is going to need all of our help. Is everyone ready?
That's hilarious. We're ready.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day,
They've got him in a
just
link
as
pose.
the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tail. At last, the little dragon accepted the evil dragon's heart, and a new life came into being. The evil dragon's heart beat in his chest, and the little dragon's soul guided him forward. Thus did the prophecy hold true, even as fate had been rewritten, and so was the little dragon born anew.
So let it be written, so let it be done.
Finally, a happy ending. That must be the last step, right? Woohoo!
Let's push Paimon into the endless void.
Story!
But then why are we still here? Durin's gonna be the final boss here. We have to fight
Born
him.
anew, the little dragon set off once more, his story far from over.
Huh? So, that wasn't the end?
What comes next might be the most crucial part of all. The real last step.
If fate really is as devious as they
Oh.
say, then I say, show us what you've got.
Show me what you've
Wow.
got.
You're all so serious all of a sudden.
Why so serious? Oh god. Heart pains. Suddenly I have a desire to go fight Dvalin.
Durin, are you alright?
The evil dragon's heart was now one with the little dragon, yet the dark power within it still lingered.
Can't I just like do a little
Would the little
purification?
dragon dare to hold this power back, or would he simply give in?
Don't do it.
What kind of question is that?
Of course he's gonna control it.
Control it. What choice does he have?
Well,
Time is running out. So, will the little dragon dare to hold this power back? Or will he simply give in?
What's up with the narrator?
that was cool. Return
Will
to the
he
castle.
dare to hold this power back? Or would he simply give?
Returning to the castle.
You seem like you're torn about something.
I just never thought crossing over into a new world would create so much trouble. All I wanted was to make some friends. I'm starting to think I kind of miss being in Simulanka.
You might look back on it with fondness, but if I were you, I wouldn't miss it.
Why?
Sometimes, moving on with your life comes at a cost.
Yeah, he knows that better
What?
than anyone.
That's better than going nowhere at all.
You don't have to worry, Durin. No matter what problem you face, there will always be a solution.
I mean, the Wanderer knows that better than anyone. He rewrote history, essentially, erasing himself from everyone's minds, just so that he could have a chance at a second life.
Okay.
While still remembering everything that he did, he erased everyone else's memory. Like, he wanted Nahida to give him back all his memories so that he could remember who he was. But then he kind of also did what Rukkhadevada did. Just erased them, themselves from history completely. In a sense of no one remembers her. Or remembers, well, no one remembers Rukkhadevada. But the Wanderer did the same thing. So when he was interacting with like Sandrone and Arlecchino, it was like, well, why don't they remember him? And then like later on in the quest, I'm like, duh, because he erased himself from history. They don't remember who he is. So I felt stupid. I'm like, and I pride myself on remembering stuff like that. But it was late, and I was like, wait a minute. He erased himself. He pulled a Rukkhadevada. He erased himself from history. But he did it to start a new life.
Sometimes I wish I could just go back and see it again.
Go back to the beginning. The story will eventually reach its conclusion. Maybe we should explore up ahead later.
As the little dragon slipped back inside the castle's walls, the clamor of the outside world fell away. There was no danger here, no problems for the little dragon to resolve. As soon as his mother finished her story, it was time for the child to drift off into the world of dreams. And so the story ended, with the little dragon fast asleep in his castle, just like he had never even hatched.
So I checked my phone, and apparently today it's supposed to snow and rain. It's really dark, gloomy out. It's absolutely beautiful. I love this kind of weather. Got my jacket on. As soon as it starts snowing, I'm gonna be out there like a fucking child. But I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know what? I'm probably gonna get a text eventually at some point before 12 o'clock saying that I won't be needed at work today. And I just checked my phone just now. That's why and they were like, well, we won't need you today. I'm like, knew it. Sometimes it's a curse being me. The power of foresight and foreskin. What? What now? I'm kidding. But the foresight, it's incredible. Anyway.
What's going on? I feel so weak.
Hey, what's happening? Durin!
We've reached an ending where he dies. And that's how Durin died.
But this can't be how it ends. Durin promised to bring back everyone's memories. There's no way he'd accept an ending like this.
I think this is like a symbolic death, just like Durin, like the actual Durin. This is his death, but soon he will be reborn, taking over as the one and only true Durin now, in which case people's memories will come back and all that. But this I see as like a symbolic death, since he does have Durin's heart, which he actually does. I mean, or the essence of his heart, because I think Durin's heart is still there in Dragonspine, but the essence of his heart was removed, and now it's just gone dark. But since, you know, the two are intertwined, this is kind of like, again, the symbolic death, the piece of Durin, the dragon spine Durin. It's a piece of him, that final part of him finally dying, and mini Durin able to finally live as himself, not being connected to the other Durin. There's Alice. Dodoko. Dodoko.
Hello, children. If
Oh.
you're hearing this recording, it's because you've reached a certain ending.
Alice.
You may have noticed that little Durin's experiences have been written into the pages of this book. Well, you should know that in the same way, its ending will also be written onto him. So be careful, because triggering a bad ending could be somewhat problematic.
Problematic.
Let me guess. You're upset that I didn't warn you earlier? Don't worry, though. I've thought it all through. I built a very special feature into this book, just for you, the witnesses of this tale. So, go ahead. See if you can turn back the pages. If you're not happy with the ending you've reached, just flip back a few pages and let the tale unfold once more.
Talk about a plot twist.
Pretty incredible, huh? That's the power of magic.
It is. Like, she really is fucking powerful. Alright, so.
Would he dare to hold this power back,
Oh.
or would he simply
Hold back the darkness, which we can't really do. I wonder if it's just gonna let us anyway.
The little dragon and his companions. Blank. Blank again.
What's going on? Are we running out of ink?
Seems like it.
Once the ink runs out, is that the end of the story?
I had a feeling this would happen.
What's happening to the others?
Uh-oh, we're getting Thanos. Paimon, I don't feel so good.
Now that the story's ink was spent, all that lay ahead were blank pages.
Huh. Interesting. This is cool. I feel like I've done this before, though.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Wake me up inside. I can't wake up. Okay, so I think we went that way.
dare to hold this power back, or would he simply give
I think we went this way already, didn't we? Pretty sure.
If we go this way, we'll be returning to the castle.
Returning to the castle.
Yeah, you'll just be hiding from your problems and pretending like none of this ever happened. Is that really what you want, Durin?
I see.
would he dare to hold this
Huh.
power back,
Interesting.
or
What about we just go in this way?
give
Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
I've made decisions, but it's like, authority is not the right one. What if I want to give in? I just give in.
would he dare to hold this power back, or
What if I just stay here? Is that...
give in?
Let's see. The prophecy is destined to come true. This is really cool how you do get different endings.
The little dragon was at an impasse. and the dark power within him surged like a tide. Unchecked, the darkness engulfed everything around it, including the little dragon's soul. The little dragon's story faded into nothingness, and in the world beyond the castle, only the evil dragon's tale endured.
Is this me?
Oh, he's back as his
And
giant
so the story
dragon form
ended
in
with the little
Simulanka.
dragon fading from sight, leaving nothing but the evil dragon's shadow in his place.
That's what he looked like when we first met him, and we had to fight him.
Oh no!
It was a really cool fight too.
That means Durin... What do we do now?
Huh. Okay, I assume we have to go through all these.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching.
Okay,
for
Alex, we
there are
get it.
possibilities that only
But it's
you
cool how
can
they're adding,
bring
like,
to
just like a
life.
story could have multiple endings. Wake me up. Alright, I've gone every direction I can. I've let the time run out. So, what am I doing? What? Oh, okay, I guess it's gonna
What's
be...
going on here? Why isn't the story letting Durin just suppress the abyssal power? It keeps getting stuck.
Oh god, not again!
It seems the act of suppressing the power counts as an event in the story. In other words, we would need ink to write it in.
So, what now? Did we use too much earlier?
Yeah, I know there was another option, and I
How are we
picked
supposed
to
write
talk
a happy
to,
ending with only this much left?
because there was two options. There was talking to Albedo, which required 3 things of ink, and then there's one next to it, which I didn't really look at, and it only required 1. It's possible. I think most people, I mean, would have talked to Albedo
Well,
anyway.
this is Durin's story. As long as he's alive and well, why should it end?
If there really is such a direct correlation between the story and his fate, I may have a potential hypothesis.
A game
Durin was, and
hypothesis.
still is, in essence, a storybook character, written into being by M. From the moment he was born, he has always dwelt within her story, and I suspect that has remained the case, even after his arrival in Tevat. Reviving Durin in the evil dragon's place was an act of grafting this Durin story onto the latter's fate. In essence, that is how his fate was rewritten. But there is a fundamental difference between a being's story and its fate. As Miss Barbeloth reminded us, the fate of every living being in Tevat has been woven into the fabric of time. Its most natural path, therefore, is to proceed along its given track. But Durin's story, on the other hand,
Needs an author to continue writing it.
as Durin's connection to this world wore thin, not only have people started to forget him, he started to lose control of the abyssal power within. In other words, his story can't continue, because the author's ink is drying up. That's what it seems like to me.
It would seem the little dragon had made a group of fine friends indeed.
Save it. The question is, are you here to help him or stand in his way?
That's not up to her.
Is as far as the story can go. What path will you choose?
If the story ends now, Durin will just vanish. See, like, this is one sentence. So if you just say, if the story ends now, ... well, that makes some sense. But it's like, Durin will just vanish.
I suppose the final decision is up to me.
You should choose to
It's
die.
hard to believe I never actually
Minecraft.
left my mother's story. If that's true, I'd like to go there and see for myself.
By there, I take it you mean the blank pages of the unwritten chapter
The
ahead?
rest is still unwritten.
We still don't even know how Alice's magic works.
It doesn't matter.
If
Like, she'll
Durin
actually
belongs
allow us to
inside
get
the
hurt.
story, then going outside of it to some unwritten part, isn't it too risky?
Maybe. But this is Alice we're talking about. She has the power to jump in and help us at any moment. So if things were to go bad,
I'm not afraid.
to take a stand, everybody. I'm sorry. Then go for it. We'll be with you all the way.
I second that. It would
I
seem
third
this
that.
is one answer you need to go seize for yourself.
So be it. Whatever
So let it be
obstacles stand
written,
in
so
your
let
way,
it be done.
we'll tear them down together.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that little smirk. He's like, break through the boundary of the tale.
Anything that invisible. It was as if the little dragon.
That's some really nice animations.
Of existence itself. And all of a sudden it began to fracture and was struck by some transcendent will.
Gotta keep going.
Gonna be like Sora. Yep. He steps back and he's just gonna turn black and white.
Ahead lies only a storyless void.
My consciousness is slipping away.
Keep going, Durin. A pure soul is your essence, not an empty void.
I feel so weak.
Stand tall, Durin. You are not some amorphous idea. The body I made for you is flesh and bone.
Am I truly alive?
Yes, Durin, but you must keep going. You're as alive and real as I am.
I can't feel a connection.
You're not alone in this world, Durin. At the very least, you have me.
Oh.
I can't remember it.
It's nice to see his character
Anything.
growth as well. Going
am
from, Scaramouche,
Your name is Durin.
to, the balladeer, to this person who can actually care.
My name is Durin.
I am a
You're
Tim.
taking too long. Come on, Durin. Run. In this world, fate waits for no one.
Wait! Where am I meant to go? What am I supposed to
Just
do?
keep running. It'll all appear
Go.
eventually.
Make your wish come true, Durin.
There we are.
My wish?
Go. Stairway to heaven.
Your story's not over yet.
I'm really hoping for like a really, really nice cinematic or something. There they are.
Silence, huh?
Anya.
Have you nothing to say about my proposal?
Let me get this straight. You want to graft your story onto this unfinished thread of fate,
Anya.
and in doing so, not only rewrite that fate, but allow the story to live on.
Granddaughter.
Quite the brilliant idea. Still, the story's survival depends entirely on whether the author keeps writing.
Exactly. And the moment foretold
Barbie.
by the prophecy is still
I like Barbalos. She's
centuries
really cool.
away.
I see. I thought my own ignorance might be the problem. That I'd asked more of the noble science of alchemy than it could ever deliver. Or that I had failed to discern the heavenly signs and grasp the secret truth underlying the prophecy. Little did I imagine that time itself would prove to be the greatest hurdle of all.
Well, my friend, this has been a most intriguing experiment. And from an academic perspective, at least, I don't think it was a bad proposal.
Someday, the prophecy will come to pass. So remember, my friend.
So remember,
much
my
like
friend.
the stars themselves, there will always be something that transcends the test of time.
Thank you, everyone. You've helped me so much already.
My friend,
But,
you have met
Alice,
a terrible,
I still
terrible
have one
demise.
final favor to ask of you. Will you lend me your magic one last time, just enough for me to keep his story alive until the prophecy is fulfilled?
You mean you want me to extend your lifespan?
No, not in that sense. As Rheindotter once told me, the laws governing life and death are among the most unyielding in this world. I'm well aware of that. Whether it lasts
Oh,
a
it's just
day or
between
an
Anya
age,
and,
the span of
Alice
one's
now.
life is determined by fate alone. If I tried to breach that law by force, I'm afraid I would lose what makes me human. This is not a path I want to go down. If I am to die, then I shall die a human.
So what is it that you want me to do?
I would like you to send this pen of mine into the future.
I see. Then perhaps there really is a way I can help. I could create a kind of story magic to take over the writing once you're gone. Oh, but for it to work, you would need to provide enough of your own words for it to learn from.
How much?
Yes.
Oh, an immense amount. So much, in fact, that you would have to spend the rest of your life writing. And even then, I'm sorry to say, it would not last forever. No matter how much you write, there is a limit to the number of words you can leave behind. But the world itself will never stop changing. Someday, perhaps, even your entire corpus will not be enough for the magic to continue describing this world. And when that happens, the story will end.
Still, it's worth a try.
Oh, my dear Anya. Even after all this time, you're still... Look at you. You should be enjoying your old age in peace and quiet, especially now that things are finally returning to normal after that terrible calamity.
Once he leaves Simulanka, things will only get more complicated. If his story is to continue, there needs to be more material for the magic to draw upon. I'll just have to skip over some of the less important details.
Anya, why do you insist on sending him out of the storybook world? Why must he face his fate into that? Why not just let him remain within the story? With my magic, even fate's curse could be undone and he could live happily ever after.
I suppose. In fairy tales, all it takes is a heartfelt wish. And even a wooden puppet can turn himself into a real boy and live happily ever after. That's just how fairy tales end, isn't it? But have you ever wondered what happens to the main character after the ever after? Tell me, Alice, in your eyes, what would be a writer's greatest regret?
To leave a story without an ending.
Not a bad answer. It's true, many writers come to consider that their greatest regret. But I see things differently. My greatest regret is that every story I write has to come to an end in the first place.
Anya.
No matter how brilliantly a character shines, the moment their story ends, their potential is lost forever.
Not really,
For
unless you.
them, the
It doesn't unless you
story
continue the
itself
story.
becomes an
You know, once you continue it,
inescapable
their story
fate.
is there again.
But what if, instead, I could place my pen in their hand and let them continue the story themselves?
You mean...
You said it yourself. I can only leave so many words behind. Even with your magic, the idea that I could keep the story going until the prophecy comes to pass is wishful thinking at best. But I've found a way to use your magic to transform some of my finished stories into a special kind of ink. This ink is a magical medium he can use to complete the story the way he wants to. For what is storytelling but another kind of magic? And if he can experience the whole tale himself while leaving behind his own wishes and aspirations, even once he reaches the chapter where I stopped, he'll still be able to carry the story forward on his own. And so, by leaving him this ink, I can entrust him with the responsibility of writing his own story.
A character with the power to write their own story.
That way, he'll finally be free from the cage that is my pen. And like anyone else living in the real world, he can go on to create a life of his own.
And you no longer need to worry about the constraints of my magic. What a brilliant idea, Anya. But there are still risks. First of all, once he arrives in Teyvat, he'll have to rely entirely on the story you left him to maintain his connection to that world. As you gradually hand over creative control, that connection will grow weaker, and at some point, he might lose it altogether.
But at the same time, he'll also have the chance to forge that connection for himself.
The issue is, this method taps into too many of Teyvat's core secrets. Any overt hints you try to leave will be erased in no time. In fact, it'd be hard for you to leave anything at all to guide them.
We still have the story itself, though. I can use that to show them the way.
It's entirely possible he burns through all your ink, never reaches the chapter you had in mind, and gets stuck, roaming the chapters of his past. But despite all that,
I still believe in what this child can become. His hopes and wishes can be his ink, so he won't be trapped by mine running dry.
What the writer you are, Anya. Your imagination never ceases to amaze. And you do know how much I love a happy ending. You shall have my help, my dear.
Thank you, my friend. Well then, my child, do you understand what you must do?
Yes, I think I do. It's my turn to keep this story alive.
And so, delete, 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 delete. Goes all meek of me and just starts fucking deleting people.
Then what's holding you back?
What will become of you after I take up this pen?
I think we all know what
I will
happened.
fade away. There will no longer be a reason for me to go on existing. My child, or your mother, I should say, passed away long ago. The voice you're hearing is nothing but a magical echo that has now fulfilled its purpose. You needn't feel so reluctant to let me go.
I know. I know my mother died long ago. It's just, when you lose your mom too soon, it's hard to tear yourself away from the stories she used to read. I guess it's a silly way of pretending she's still here, by your side.
Durin.
But after coming to this world and traveling it with my friends, facing all kinds of enemies together, I suddenly realized I couldn't just sit around listening to my mother's stories because I'd found a new purpose in life. Maybe this is just what growing up feels like. With all my new friends waiting, it's time I finally set aside my mother's storybook. I'm ready to grow up now, Mom.
Then take this. A gift I should have given you a long time ago. You've witnessed this story from the very beginning, made your wishes, offered your blessings, and even wrote your choices into its pages. From here on out, this pen is yours. Now I ask of you, the other pillar of this story, as both its reader and its witness, will you turn the page so the next chapter can begin? Suddenly, and without warning, the powers of darkness struck. The question was, could the little dragon prevail? Alas, it was here that the story witch's tale had to end.
But Durin's tale, on the other hand, had only just begun. Stepping into his mother's memories, he picked up her pen. And so the story that was ending began anew. He had made up his mind to challenge the fate that barred the way ahead.
Looks like this is the final step.
A chance to strike back at fate? Now that's not something that comes knocking every day.
Oh.
No, that fate no longer defines me. In the end, only my story shall endure.
They don't want to get that. Nope. Where? Oh, died it.
Hey! No dodging this one. Here, I'll help lift you up.
What is it shooting at? Interesting.
Hey! Stop
Well.
that! Only my story shall endure. Hey! The abyss is burning shadow. Get back!
Oh, come on.
Looks like there's nowhere to hide. Here, I'll cover for you.
An alchemical array.
This time, the light prevails.
Wait.
Thank you, Mom.
It's just like,
And so it was that Durin defeated the darkness and rewrote his fate.
so let it be written, so let it be done.
But his story is far from over.
Still waiting for the rain and snow that's supposed to happen. Well, there's the snow.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
And hey, we all saw how you fought back there. That was awesome.
Is that a new? Is it?
I have to admit, I do feel like something in me has changed.
Like that part
I
right
owe
there.
you all
Other
so
than that,
much.
the outfit's kind of the
Without
same.
your help, I don't know if I could have ever made it this far.
Just a shame I could only help out from the sidelines. Like I said before, it's not every day that you get to put fate in its place.
Well, I'm sure you'll hear it someday.
Hear what?
The chance to strike back at fate knocking at your door.
I don't have a door.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Allow me to just check one thing.
Hakai.
Yes. The abyssal power within you has stabilized again. And those strange symptoms you were experiencing seem to have completely disappeared.
Oh, thank goodness.
Ah, thank goodness. We did it.
Hmm.
No, you
I
did
wonder
it.
what it means, though. Aside from the principles of alchemy, what other law of this world governs his being?
Look, it all turned out fine, so just leave it at that. Now that this one's out of danger, it's time for me to get out of here.
Really? You're leaving us already?
You're leaving so soon?
That's what I said.
Don't humans usually throw a party after something
I'm not
like
human.
this?
A party? Do I look like that kind of guy?
Well, maybe instead
Anyway,
of hat guy, we can call you party
Come
guy.
find me again next time you're in trouble. That's what friends are for, right?
Ah, gosh, some people never change.
In a way, though, he is right. This is Durin's moment to celebrate, not the time for academic discussions.
Hey, I don't blame you for asking. And honestly, I'd be perfectly happy to talk about it. It's just, I wouldn't even know where to start.
It's all right. I'm sure we'll get a chance at some point. After all, your story's only just begun.
Mm-hmm.
It's only just begun.
All right then, Traveler and Paimon, we'll part ways here. Given the extraordinary nature of the things we witnessed today, I need to make sure it's all recorded properly.
Okay, see ya.
I'll see you around. I love you, Albedo, so much.
So, it's party time next.
Oh boy, time for food. Alice has got something else to say.
Congratulations on completing your mission.
There she is.
Now then, as per our agreement, it's about time you returned that book.
She must have known the moment we finished. Just like she said she would.
She's all knowing and all powerful, so.
I've heard dressing appropriately is a must for socializing.
I don't see, like, what's the difference? Okay, where are we going? Oh, of course. The meeting place of the Hexen Circle. This is where they meet. Oh, and there's Alice. Oh, Alice.
Oh, my writer and witness.
Oh,
It's been quite the journey, hasn't it?
she's so fucking gorgeous.
You had special plans for the Traveler from the start, didn't you?
But of course, that goes without saying. For a story to live on, it needs both a writer and a reader. Only then can my magic take effect. I chose the Traveler as the witness because
And
of the
there's Venti
special
over
nature
there.
of who he is. It's not easy finding someone with that kind of background, you know. For a moment, I even considered taking the role myself.
Well, you were the only one who understood what was going on.
At least it made for an interesting
Wow,
story,
we're getting to
right?
see Venti and Alice interact.
What are you doing here, tone-deaf bard? With the Hexenzirkel carrying out such a risky experiment in Mondstadt, it didn't cross your minds that the Animo Archon might be slightly curious?
Sorry for the trouble, Lord Barbados.
You want to know what's funny here? Not the fact that we're seeing Alice and Venti together here, but the fact that Alice is strong enough to freaking basically send Venti into oblivion. Like, she is so much stronger than the Archons. Like, it's like no fucking joke how strong this woman is. And I've said before, this is why we should be glad that we have her on our side. Why she's the mother of Klee, and that all she asks in return is that we just take care of her daughter. Because this is a woman you do not want to have as an enemy. You know, someone who she outright says she's not afraid of the heavenly principles. Like, the heavenly principles have, like, no control over her and have no power over her. That's the kind of woman you want on your side and you do not want to make an enemy of. But if it was all the Archons against Alice, Alice would pretty much wipe the floor with them. No question. She'd wipe the floor with them. She's omnipresent, she's omnipotent, she's every omni you can. That's what Alice is. She's just that fucking powerful.
Think nothing of it. I dare say the Animo Archon quite enjoyed coming along for the ride. Now then, as agreed, let us see the fruits of your labor.
Here, please take a look.
Well. Somehow, despite all my careful planning, it still turned out to be full of surprises. It never even crossed my mind that Rhindotter's child would be capable of handling that kind of alchemy in her stead. When he asked for help with the materials, oh my, I nearly couldn't believe it. If only the others were here too, we could all celebrate together.
I'm right here, you know.
I was about to say,
The
we
only
better
one who
get
hasn't
them here.
responded is the one busy
So Barb's
stuffing her
here.
face over there.
Are we gonna get Nicole?
Is that you, Barbie? A little late to the party, don't you think?
Come here, child. Let me take a closer look at you.
Let this
All right,
old teacup
Aunt Seer
see
Witch.
you.
Here I am.
Just as I thought. This child's fate does not appear among the stars. Anya has accomplished what almost no one before her could.
Changing fate.
What does that mean?
Child, all you need to know is that you're very lucky indeed.
To have a mother
Oh.
who cared about him that much. So what does it mean? Mage's thoughts have already drifted elsewhere. Because she's old and that happens.
Just like how she was in the story, huh?
Tell me, little Durin, what will you do next? I, for one, cannot wait to see how your story unfolds.
Well, there's so much I want to do. I'm not even sure where to begin.
How about settling your most recent regret?
Regret.
Not so fast,
He's gonna
Tone-Deaf
jump
Bard.
off the side and kill himself.
What exactly did you just tell Durin to do? To make the long overdue wish come true.
Is he gonna fly
Thank
around?
you once again, Alice.
How much time do you have left?
I believe these should be my final moments. Just enough time to say goodbye to my dearest friend.
This feels like having to say our final goodbyes all over again. I don't like it. Not one bit.
I don't know how to respond to that. Strange. You were always such a cheerful figure in my stories. I even dubbed you the Merry Witch, you know.
Oh, please. You know full well it was your stories that first taught me what true pain and sadness felt like.
Huh.
Aside from saying goodbye to me, shouldn't you also leave a few words for the child? Since the book will be his to continue, why don't you write him a little parting note?
There's no need. His mother already did that long, long ago. All that remains is for me to convey it on her behalf.
Oh no. Getting the waterworks going now.
My child, these may be the last words I get to leave you. I've always thought of the characters in my stories as my children, loving each one of them, just like a mother would. But you are the most extraordinary of them all. You alone can defy the fate of this world and write the perfect ending to my story. You alone shall leave these pages for a future I will not see. Still I say to you, fly, my sweet child. Just like a forest breeze yearns for the open sky, head into the unknown and seek an adventure to call your own. If you meet a dragon bright as 1,000 jewels, dance through the air together. You are not alone, for this world has accepted your place in it. Do not lose heart. You still have many wishes left to fulfill. A long tale awaits you, my love. Let songs and flowers be the ink that fills its pages. Take my pen and use it to continue your story.
Terrible day for rain. Oh my god, that was amazing. Let's talk to Venti first real fast. You know, one of us is gonna have to go home and change, and it's not gonna be me.
And so they flew together, Durin and Dvalin, over the skies of Mondstadt. Who'd have thought such words could ever have described a happy ending, huh?
That's amazing. They went from fighting each other in a sense. You know, Dvalin was the one who killed Durin, the one on Dragon's Spine, and now they're basically now friends. You know, we saw that Durin did have a desire to meet Dvalin, and Dvalin, from the sideline, we saw him with Venti, and he kind of expressed wanting to befriend Durin. And I'm glad that they finally got to meet. All right, Alice, what do you say?
There you go, your very own copy of the book. We wouldn't want one of the story's key witnesses to leave empty-handed now, would we? Of course, this copy isn't magical in the same way, but rest assured, all the twists and turns are still there.
I'm not going to waste this opportunity. I mean, how many of the opportunities are we going to have like this?
Ta-da! Please here.
These bombs, so heavy.
That's precious. I mean, really, how many are we actually going to get? You know? Actually, am I able to level him up again? No, but I could. What are we at? An hour? And also, what? It's the same thing except the thing in the middle. Like the heart is, it no longer, not like a heartless kind of thing. Like the, you know.
I've heard dressing appropriate.
You know what? Let's go ahead and I think we've got everything else. All right. We should only have to beat it like once, hopefully. Like we have 9 and we need 12, so.
Rise with the sun! Surge!
Gather!
There is no escape. Torn to oblivion.
You know, I don't know actually what happens when that thing fills up completely.
Order guide you.
The little pyro thing up there. I guess it would be some kind of special attack or something. But I actually don't know.
Shine down. Light of the blazing sun. Inazuma shines eternal.
Oh my god.
There is no escape.
Solidify. I will have order.
Shine down.
Burn it down!
Now you shall perish. Illusion shattered.
This is order.
Pyroclastic surge!
Fearless. Another star goes out.
Rise with the sun!
All right, just give me 3. Just give me 3. Thank Lucifer. All right. Also, I have that. Because I don't care about you guys. I have a lot of these. No. No, it should be fine. And I think talents I can't do. Craftable 5. All right. And I think that's it. Let's see. Done it. Who cares? Don't care. Got that done. All right, it's got 40. Let's see. I guess I could go do this real fast. Just get this done real fast. Hopefully get some better artifacts, because God, the fucking drop rate for good artifacts, like, defense shouldn't even be a thing. Like, I have good defense, and yet I really don't notice any fucking difference. So, it's just so fucking stupid. Alright. Let's do this thing. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get some artifacts. We're not gonna get any artifacts that are good. We never do.
Stabilize!
Stabilize, stabilize. Stabilize. Oh,
There is no escape.
None can contend with the supreme power. We're not doing that. All right, let's go ahead. 40. Let's see. Again, see, like, that would have been great. Crit rate, amazing. Attack, great. And all the percentage. And then it's got fucking flat defense on it. Get that fucking shit out of here. Like, that one could be good. That one's... No, sir, I don't like it.
Solidify! I will have order.
Feel this. Paradigm shift. Wrath from the sky. Inazuma shines eternal.
22 seconds. I'm sure there are people who can get it done faster, but I really don't care. I really don't. Attack. See? Like, what the fuck? Why is it so hard just to get something good? I don't know how many I have, but I can try creating some.
Torn to oblivion.
Yeah, you're not getting a chance to jump into the air, buddy boy. He was about to jump in the air. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not having any of that right now. It's so tiresome. It really is. It's so tiresome. But let's try. I don't know how many 5 stars I have, so we're gonna check.
Clear skies can do nothing to hide the brilliance of lightning.
All right, we need
Fine
Noble
bolts.
Sabrage. I. Oh my God, can I just get rid of the... That one's not too bad. I don't know.
Strike even in the absence of rain.
Let me see. Where are you, Durin? Oh, there he is. Right next to Klee. Alright. No, I don't want to get rid of the crit. or the HP.
Do you see that tree?
So we can just get rid of all those. And we will ride again. I don't know. We'll have to check. Let's check that
Wait,
one.
you want?
Oh,
Stand?
fuck my life. And right next to Monsieur Neuvillette. Alright, we need this one. It's got crit and, yeah, but it... where is it? Oh no, it's up here, isn't it? Hey, up here, ain't it? Like, this one is actually a lot better.
So.
Yeah. 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 All right, now we just gotta replace this one. Yeah, this one's pretty good. It's got attack, it's got crit rate, recharge. So we probably won't be able to find anything better than that. I mean, I don't really use... I really don't use the Traveler, so...
Demonstration.
I'm fine with that. I really am. Let's see here. All right. There we go. I think that'll get me... No, Jesus Christ. God, I love when that... Five, 6, 6. All right. We're good. Yeah. 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 All right. We're good. Slowly but surely, Durin's getting up there. But yeah, it was a terrible day for Rain. That ending, getting to see what M actually looked like. We saw kind of what she looked like when we went to Simulanka and we saw the massive statue of her. But to see features and, you know, but a mother's love. They say there's nothing more powerful than a mother's love. And M has proven that, so. But that's, it's sad, you know, because even though she died a long time ago, she still had an essence or an echo of her in the book. But even that, now she's completely gone. Like, her essence, the echo is, it's all gone. So, you know, Anya is gone from the world completely now. But everything she did for her child, so. She died knowing that her child had a future. But anyway, that was a really, really good quest. And you know, it's stupid. It took 5 days to complete, like actual days where you kind of have to do it every single day, instead of just having it as an event that unlocks every day. But it was really good. It really was. And you know, Durin is a really cool character. You know, we met him in Simulanka, and he was this big, fierce, toy-looking dragon that just, you know, pushed everyone away and pain and all that. And then we see him in his true form, this little tiny dragon. And that was the last time we saw him until the Archon quest here, where Albedo tried to give him an actual body. And we saw he succeeded at the very end. And here we are. So I like the Simulanka stuff. I like the fact that we got to see characters from Simulanka. But it was a really cool quest, showing once again that Hoyo can write stories when they want to. Like the important stories, they know how to tug the heartstrings. They know how to tell a good story. But anyway, that's gonna do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.